Just a little nervous.
Yay! We finally made it. It worked. It
Yeah.
worked. It worked. We had some technical issues there. And welcome. Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to give a second for the peeps to log in. This is a Facebook Live feed here in the Art of Powerful Alignment Facebook group. And I'm just giving a couple minutes here for the peeps to join in. We're talking about anxiety and depression, and I have a very special guest here. It's Prabjot, and I've had an incredible journey with her over the past little while, and I thought it would be a good time to bring her on and to ask her some questions about what anxiety is, depression, and how quickly things can turn around if you do the right work, if you have the right guide and you have the right tools, how quickly things can turn around. So I'd like to welcome you. Welcome, Prabjot. This is my first ever Facebook Live interview here in the group. I mean, I'm just learning this new technology. So I just want to say what's up to the peeps who just joined us. Tell us who you are, where you're joining in from, and I'm going to be the moderator of this interview, and I'm going to have some Q&A time, some time for you to share. And so, welcome.
Hi.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I am.
Most people get nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel a little bit nervous, a little bit jittery.
Yeah, like I haven't done this before, like an online interview like this.
Yeah,
live.
this is live.
Yes.
Live. This is crazy, huh? I know. I remember the first time I did these, I was like, oh my gosh. But then now it's just, I like the little, I like the rush I get from the live feed. So tell us where you guys are signing in from and tuning in from. I'd like to say hello. Don't hesitate to say hi. My name, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr.Nima Rahmany, and I'm here. I'm a chiropractor. I'm, very part-time. I've been a chiropractor for the past 15 years, and noticed that patients would come in with, stress-related disorders like anxiety and depression, and I always wanted to go deeper. So I created this methodology called the overview method, and it helps people transform these stresses. And so when I discovered it was such a breakthrough, it was always a dream of mine to get out of the office and to go into the real world outside of the office and reach a mass audience of people from around the world to be able to help them transform their stress, depression, and anxiety into becoming powerfully aligned and on purpose. So Prabjot was one of my first ever clients in my new program, because I did them kind of one-off sessions, but then I stopped doing those and I created a 90-day transformation course. And so one of my first ever graduate was this young lady right here. So Prabjot, why don't you share a little bit about how you first heard about me and what you've been dealing with from your past, and like your symptoms and how long you've been struggling, and then how did you find me?
Look, I was having symptoms like low self-esteem, depression, scared. Like I was most of the time sick, lack of energy, wasn't working. So it was affecting my relationships with my in-laws, like with my husband especially. And I had different doctors, like family doctors, psychiatrists. They sent me to group therapy, give me prescription drugs, but it wasn't working for me because prescription drugs were giving me side effects, and it was discouraging me, not motivating me in any way. And somehow I came across an Facebook and with Dr. Nima, and I saw your work like overview method, and that was really made me curious about it. And I started following you on YouTube and watched overview method, like some other people who had already done it, their statements. So it was like inspiring. And then I booked an appointment with you. Like you had a talk show in October in Vancouver.
Yeah, there was a talk in Vancouver, and so it was weird because I have clients from around the world, but you're local, you're in town.
Yes.
You saw that I had posted a little thing that I was doing a live talk on anxiety. Yeah.
Anxiety and depression. And that's when I first met you. And then at the end of the talk, you came and talked to me like what I want what results I'm looking for. So we booked a phone interview with you, a session, and you talked to me about overview method. So and then you told me like I can join this one. And but when you told me and the cost especially, yeah, so I was a little skeptical, like how I'm gonna do it, or what if I have that fears in my mind. But it was my husband who said, like, you go for it. Maybe you benefit from it. Just do it. So just I started with overview method, and
Yeah.
slowly I followed you. And like my first integrity talk with my sister-in-law, oh my God, I was so nervous, so anxious. But really, after doing that, I have a better relationship with them. Yes.
Yeah. So that's
And I,
really cool. Yeah, go
yes.
ahead.
And like it was an integrity talk. Like I
Yeah.
could get clear with my dad story.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's neat was when we met and you came to my talk, um, when you were kind of like, what had you tried before? Because I wasn't the first place that you went to. It wasn't, you didn't come to me first. So
No.
what had you tried before where, when you got the diagnosis? Like, this has been, how many years have you been struggling?
So it started in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and for a couple of months, I just stayed in bed and like stopped working. I lost my job, couldn't take care of my child much, and my husband, and always in the bed. So slowly I was losing out at my
So
friends as well.
you were always asleep,
Anxious,
anxious. You couldn't leave.
anxious. Couldn't even walk. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Each time I would get anxiety and stress attacks, my legs would be numb. I couldn't walk much or stand for half an hour. Those were my symptoms. And I tried going to my family doctor. Oh, he said, like, maybe you have thyroid, something like that. And then I went to a psychiatrist. He gave me prescription drugs. I tried, but then those were the symptoms, like, that scared me. Like, I thought maybe I'll harm myself, like, with those side effects.
So you had
So
some side effect. So you just went to a psychiatrist and they said, "Here, do this." Did you try
yes,
anything else? Did you do therapies or group
just
or?
a group therapy.
Yeah.
And but there was like everyone talking about what happened to them. Like it was like being a victimhood story being repeated over there over and over again. Like, so it didn't give me what answers I was looking for the solution from within. Like I knew I need some deeper, like something that could elevate me, bring me to present life rather than be in my past stories, past life.
Hmm.
So that didn't work, but then somehow I met you and started with
Cool.
overview method. So initially I was scared, right?
Yeah,
Like
you were
how
nervous, right?
nervous, yes. So I
You
was
thought,
thinking how it's gonna work for me. I mean, all those big fears, like so many years being living with depression and anxiety, you lose your confidence in other people or anything good that is coming in your life. You don't try to get out of it. Yeah.
awesome. Well, so okay, so then we started working, and how soon? You don't have to go into specific details, but how soon into the program did you start noticing a shift with yourself, with
Within
your symptoms?
within
Within
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So within 2 weeks, you started noticing that you were able to do what more? What was happening?
Like I was able to start looking for a full-time job.
So how
And
long did it take before you began and then you got a job?
um, I
So we
started
started back
looking
we
October.
started back in October, yeah.
Yes. So by end of October, that was like I got my
Boom.
full-time job. Yes.
Another thing that was interesting that was that, when you have anxiety and depression, it's not just a disorder that you have, it actually impacts every area of your life. So one thing that you remembered was that when we met, your husband came with you to my talk,
Yes.
and you guys both looked at each other and looked at me, and what were you kind of talking about with your relationship?
Like we had thought like we will be separating, we had that thing in my mind. And even I told you, you said no, you can work out, things will be better. That he still loves it, but we were saying, looking at each other, no. Like we had decided that we are separating,
Yeah,
but
you both like it, but we're separating, but that's a different issue.
yeah, but
Let's deal with my.
exactly, with my depression and anxiety, let's cure this thing. But within like 3 weeks, I started seeing improvement. I mean, obviously it was me who looked into the relationship and, being authentic, like what I wasn't doing for my husband, like, yeah. So
Totally. And
yes,
so as you did the steps, you did the work, you worked
yeah.
at it, and you saw this massive transformation. Now, where are you at in your relationship? Where are you at? As far as anxiety, depression, do you believe that you have a disorder? Do you believe
No,
that you have an illness now?
no.
So you're off those medications, you're not doing anything like that. You have a job now, your relationship. I mean, relationships aren't a picnic all the time. It's a week to week,
Yes.
day to day thing, right? It's not, there's no magical kind
No.
of thing. But what is next for the two of you guys?
We are together now because this overview has taught me, like, not looking at as all the positives. There are negatives as well, like duality. That's the word. Like, I learned it from you, though. I mean, yes. So
That's
earlier
a
I
part of
was,
it. Yeah. That's a part of
yes,
it. What's
yeah.
next for the two of you guys?
Next we are like, maybe we plan another baby, like a child. Like, yes, we are want to, like, I have one daughter, so we want to have another baby. Yeah.
So
And
it's
I'm also
pretty
like
cool. And how
trying
do you
to,
feel when you're at work right now? How's your energy levels? And when things kind of get sad or when things go low or whatever, what have you learned through this whole process about
so
this
this,
disorder, about depression,
yeah.
about how people have been diagnosing and labeling you?
Mm-hmm.
What have you learned through this process?
Like, I have learned tools and skills from this process. They help me filter out like all the event situations. So if there's something I feel like it's negative, but then I try to look it through an
Yeah.
overview. Yes.
Yep. You're
So
able
there
to
is,
make that shift.
yes.
So there's a lot of people out there right now that are struggling. They are suffering. They were exactly like you were just a few months ago, and you saw
Yeah.
results within a 2-week time frame. And that's
Yeah.
one of the promises of this work, is that I don't take everybody on. It's not completely cheap, and there is work involved. It's not like you're sitting there having somebody just tell me your problems every week and then see you next week.
Yeah.
That's not how this works, is it? There's
No.
actually work involved. So I don't take people on who aren't actually willing and committed to do the work. What would you
Mm-hmm.
say to somebody who can't get out of bed, who has disassociated with their family, their friends, who feels like they're paralyzed, they're stuck, they're not able to have any self-esteem, they are avoiding or hiding from different people, can't look at themselves, they don't love themselves? What would you say to one of those to those people if they're listening right now?
I would say, like, you have to step up, take action, and if you really, really want to see a change, you have to, like, follow some routines and
Hmm.
invest in yourself and work on yourself.
Absolutely.
And don't make everything about you. Like he said, like that's what I used to do. Like make
Yeah.
being like showing that I'm the victim and making everything about me. Like they
Yeah.
did this to me, but no, it's not like that.
Victimhood is usually the underlying root cause of this. And how quickly, during the sessions, were you able to see that you weren't a victim anymore? Because you had a couple of real hardcore resentments that you were holding on to. How
Yeah.
quickly did it take us for us to clear that?
Um, within 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Because
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, anything that you'd like to say? Anything that you'd like to add? I mean, I just want to say thank you for being so brave to come on live
I
and
know.
share. I wanted to share with anybody who's listening to send me a private message. I'm taking. There's a couple of 2 spots available for tomorrow. If you send me a private message for a free breakthrough coaching call to see if it's right for you. If we would take you on, if you are going to get results like this. This is not for everybody. I'm very clear with that. Some of you in the group are, learning a lot, and you're asking questions, and there's interaction and engagement. That's great. But this is for people who want to reach out to me. I really would appreciate it. It's not for everybody. It's somebody who really wants to make a change. When I met you, Prabjot, you were like, I can't live like this anymore. I'm ready to change, right? You
Exactly.
were ready to take action. So that's the first criteria. Number 2, you can't be willing, you can't be wanting to hold on to victimhood and tell your story about how that person and this person and my mother and that. You got to be really willing to see the other side of that. And you have to be willing to invest in yourself. This isn't for people who are looking for, the best rate. This is for somebody who's looking for absolute results. It's unethical to guarantee results, but I can almost guarantee that satisfaction is guaranteed when you actually do the work. So I don't take you on if you're not going to do the work. That's it. And so it's worth having a discussion. If this is resonating with you, send me a private message, and we'll engage in a discussion. The results speak for themselves. Greater energy, Prabjot, yes?
Yes, greater energy.
Restored integrity with all of the relationships in your family, because the East Indian community, it's all about family. It's same as Persian. It's like big. Most times I have relatives in my family who've been put on anxiety and depression medication because of family feuds. So there's a big family feud that happened in the summer, and I believe I've lost her. Have I lost you, Prabjot? Are you still there? I might have lost her. Let me know if you can see me. Am I still on here? It seems that Prabjot's been gone. Or leave me a comment here if we're still on. Seems that she's not on. Tell me if we're still on right now. Can you see me? Somebody make a comment or something like that. Are we still on? So basically, send me a private message, and I am happy to, have a discussion, have a breakthrough coaching call to see if we can take you on in our group. Okay, great. Thank you, Michelle. I'm on, but Prabjot's frozen. So this is a good segue into kind of ending the call. That's live feed, live technology. That's what happens. We got to kind of roll with it. But for those of you who are, ready to take action, send me a private message. Yeah, Prabjot, your laptop stopped working. That's no problem. We're all good. I totally appreciate you. Love you. You're the first graduate. And I got to share this with you. This is crazy because that was at a time 6 months ago. I got to share this with you. 6 months ago, I was ready to give up on everything. I just sold my practice, and I was lost because I was pretty much, lost my purpose. And I created this program as my last ditch effort to just, hey, you know what? Take everything I know. I spent $20,000 in getting a business coach who showed me how to take everything I had in my brain that I knew could serve and make a difference in people's lives and organize it and structure it in a way that would actually get measurable, specific results. Love you, Laura. Get measurable and specific results. And so I went and spoke at a talk at Zen Cafe and Zen in October, and Prabjot was the first person that I enrolled. Oh, hello. Welcome back. Prabjot, I just was telling people, Prabjot was the first person that I enrolled in my program. And I'm delighted to say she did the work. She got the results, transformed, higher energy levels, restored integrity with her relationships. She's possibly going to have another baby. At the brink of divorce a few months ago, now they're talking about having a baby. What a gift. What is that worth to you? What is, would you do this again is what I'm asking you. Would you would you put yourself through the crazy torture that I put you through? Because a lot of people are listening right now, or they're like, I'm scared. I'm scared. What if I don't make it? What would you say to those people?
I would say it's not a torture at all. It's just like being accountable. And if you really, really want to see the changes, you will do all that being told to do. And it really works. For me, like, I wouldn't have thought like myself, like 3 years from now, like where I was and where I am now, this new year, like really I'm more healthy. I have a healthy relationship and I'm working full time. For me, that's a really big thing because 3 years I didn't work and I was like didn't have like a self esteem because I was thinking I'm not good enough, but because of lack of energy. But nothing like that right now. So I love it where I am now. I love myself.
Whoa! And I love you too. This is
Thank
the
you.
crazy part about my work is that, you know, depression's not a disorder that you just take a script, there you go. The doctor or the practitioner or a coach, I don't work as a doctor, I'm working as a coach, is to get
Yeah.
involved in your life and see where you've been telling lies and you haven't been really authentic, and to
Yeah.
restore that. And the transformation is life changing. And so what my story was that you were the first person that I enrolled in this program. And since then, we've had 30 people enroll and see massive differences in their lives very fast. Like my
Yes.
promise, the promise that I have is you get results within your first 2 weeks. I don't care how long you've had this disorder. I don't care, even if they've told you it's genetic, even if they've said you're going to be on pills for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap. That call me unprofessional. It is not true. There needs accountability. You have to have skin in the game. Otherwise, you wouldn't do the work, because it's
Yeah.
who did it? Who did it? Was it me that did it, or was it you that did it? I'm just the guide on the side. And
Yeah.
it's been tremendous to be able to see that. And so since then, this program has taken a life on its own. I've hired 3 coaches, Eilina, Amanda, who just posted today with an incredible transformation, who is just making a huge difference, and George. Eilina, George, and Amanda, who are now accountability coaches, helping me get everybody who's, after we've done an overview, held accountable to the commitments that we have, so that every single person, each and every person, gets results exactly like Prabjot. So if this resonates with you and you meet that criteria, that you are ready to take action, you're committed to getting results, you're going to do the work. In other words, you're not going to expect me to do it for you, that you're going to do it, and you're willing to invest in yourself, that you actually are ready to solve the problem, and you actually want to invest in solving the problem, then please send me a private message. I'll open up some space to have a free breakthrough coaching call with you, just to see a strategy, if it works or not. There's some people who've actually had huge breakthroughs just from that coaching call. So I really, and for those of you, what's included in this program is your admittance into the live training, which we're going to be in Montreal in 2 weeks' time doing a live training. And then we're going to do Vancouver sometime in March. So Prabjot, you're going to be there as well for the live training, where I teach you how to take the overview method and use it on yourself and help other people with it. It's for people who really want to make a difference in other people's lives. So please send me a private message, and I look forward to connecting with you. Prabjot, once again, any last words that you'd like to say? I just want to say thank you to you personally for being a part of my life and really proving that, if you have accountability and you do the work and you clear the stuff and you have the right guide, you can have a transformation. Is there anything that you wanted to say?
I'm just so grateful that I met you and like you helped me. Like yeah, you coached me, but this is something I wouldn't have got from any other person, like any other doctor or psychiatrist, anything. I mean, I'm so happy. I'm little overwhelmed also, like seeing myself having a normal life. Like really, I'm so grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
thank you guys. Those of you, please, welcome to our new members. Please don't hesitate. Ask questions, engage. I'm committed to showing you guys how to transform your life, clear any stress, anxiety that's blocking you from expressing the highest version of yourself. And I'm pretty darn enthusiastic. I have completely gone out on a limb and moved, completely changed careers, taken that scary step because I dreamed one day of having results like you saw here in Prabjot. And so this is just fuel to my fire to keep going and making a difference. So thank you guys all. And I look forward to crossing paths with you and see you guys at the next perfect time.
Thank you.